dermatology is a very high paying branch. Now, is that a myth or a fact?
Dermatologists typically don't open a hospital, it's a clinic. Your earning is only till the time the clinic is open.
So, boss, आपको लगता है कि एक dermatologist they can crack 1 crore a month?
Definitely, I think a lot of clinics these days are doing 1 crore.
बहुत बच्चे कहते हैं मैदानता देखते हैं, वो सोचते हैं अपना सेटअप खोलना है तो 1000 करोड़ ही चाहिए.
You have to look into all the aspects.
Tell us your journey from day one, 0 followers to 1 lakh followers.
I started with my own camera. I did not even have an editor.
एक fresh clinic कितने time में profitability में आ जाती है?
You can draw profits from the first day.
Social media अगर ना हो आपके पास तो क्या आप एक successful doctor बन सकते हो? What is the salary of a dermatologist immediately after SRship? 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. We are building India's largest community of medicos, and thank you, each one of you, for making it a possibility. So today's guest is very special. I'm sure anyone in India who is looking for skincare routines, skincare techniques, skincare consultation has seen him on Instagram and YouTube. He is a renowned dermatologist of India. He has done his MBBS from MAMC, Delhi, the most renowned college of India. He has done his MD dermatology from Madhya Pradesh. He is an internationally trained hair transplant surgeon as well as has achieved the prestigious MRCP from the United Kingdom in dermatology, of course. He is a social media giant in the field of medicine with almost 1 million plus followers in all the social media channels like Instagram and YouTube. Let's put our hands together and let's welcome the renowned dermatologist, Dr. Ankur Sarin. So welcome Dr. Sarin to the Nachiket Bhatia Show.
Thank you so much for calling me.
Boss, dermatology is one of the most prevalent branches in our country. You know, we can all see your success, how you have, taken social media by storm. You are a renowned dermatologist. But before we get into that, I would like to know everything about Dr. Ankur Sarin. How did you start, the reason you got into MBBS and your journey forward?
So my dad was in the army and my mom is a doctor. So always in the house there was that we want to be a professional. They wanted me to become professional because they thought that maximum respect and stability is there in a good professional line. So my sister became an engineer and I pursued for MBBS. So I did my 10th from Army School in Nagrota, which is a small town close to Jammu. And from there I got a decent number, so I got into DPS RK. There I attended the DPS RK coaching, went from there to Maulana Azad Medical College, from there to dermatology in Indore, and then back to Delhi for my senior residency, and then I started my practice.
Very impressive. Boss, why did you choose dermatology over other branches? Because I know you got an amazing rank. You were getting radiology, surgery, medicine. You could have chosen anything. Why dermat?
So dermatology, because one of my friend's mother at a party told me that your personality suits dermatology and you should go for it. And she advised me that beta radiology bilkul mat karna, because radiology mein you have to distribute envelopes on every Diwali. So I don't think that kind of you have that kind of attitude. So she advised me to take dermatology, and that kind of stayed with me, and so I went for dermatology.
So if you have to give us like 3 pros and 3 cons of being a dermatologist, what would they be?
Pros is work-life balance is very good. There is decent money in dermatology, and lot of different things you can do. For somebody who has a good diagnostic skill can do diagnosis. Somebody who wants to do lasers, has interest in technology. Then somebody wants to do a surgery, then hair transplant is there, and other small surgeries are also there. Some dermatologists have also started doing liposuction and blepharoplasty. So it's a very fast and evolving branch. So a lot of positives out there.
So what was your journey like after completing your SRship?
After my SRship, I started my practice straight away. I did not want to waste my time here and there. And luckily, I had a basement in my house from where I could start my practice. And then, social media also came along the way we thought that how we can reach to more and more people. So social media helped us in that. So that's how we started the practice.
I have to ask you this. Sarin Skin Clinic is doing exceptionally well. But when you were going to start that, there must have been hesitation in your mind because, again, it's a big investment. You are not going for a stable income through a job. How did you, I mean, what are the kind of hesitations you had in your mind at that moment?
I was very scared. I was very scared to start with because I did not. My parents are well to do, but we did not have like excessive money, right? So I started very small. Luckily, I had the space. I think half of the battle is won there itself. I invested small 10 to 15 lakh into that space and started my clinic. And slowly it started to grow. One patient you treat well, the second patient, they refer the second patient, and so on. We started to build on. And of course, then the social media really helped me grow a lot. And I got a lot of good patients, good contacts through the social media, which I could, translate into a better practice.
I can say this on behalf of all the postgraduates. And at this moment, a lot of my friends are going through that thing. They want to start their own private practices, but they are again very scared because when they start thinking about the investment, they think the investment is very high because again, it's a high capital business. They think about where they should take that space. They're again confused because when they go to the rentals, they go to the capital expense, again, very high. And they just move back into their shell. Now, what would your advice be? Like, if let's assume that you did not have your own space, would you have still gone to your own practice directly, or you would have gone through a job and then eventually moved on?
See, it's about the mindset. Now, I always had in my mind that one day I will start my private practice, but I was doing it in a very conventional way, complete my MBBS, MD, senior residency 3 years, and then start my private practice. But few things happened in the senior residency that I was not, enjoying very much there in the department. So I jumped into private practice. Now, somebody who is starting out, I think first is believe in yourself. Okay. And if you have invested time and money in developing your own skill, there is nothing to be afraid of. Have the confidence. Start small. Even if you can take one room on the rent. Take that. If you have slowly, it builds on, right? Then you can add one more room, then one more room. Just like this, you can do the conventional way also. And try and be on the social media, try and be on the YouTube, show your skill, show what all things share knowledge with people, because when you share knowledge, they will be benefited with that knowledge, and whenever they need to a professional advice, they will come and they'll find you, and that's how your practice will start to grow. So this would be my advice. Social media is like a free billboard, right? Anybody can post there, anybody can use it, and it's not just for somebody who's having money. It is a great, you can say, leveler.
I have a complaint. 90% of you have still not subscribed to the channel. So before moving forward, please go ahead, press the subscribe button and click the bell icon. We are going to talk about your social media presence in detail, but a little bit later.
Yeah.
I want to know the real part. Like, for example, on the day one of Sarin Skin Solutions, how did you put up a marketing label then? Because at that moment you did not have social media, but that was a real struggle, right? How did you manage that?
So actually, I started social media before I started clinic,
All right.
and that was just to educate. But when I started the clinic, already my social media had kind of grown, and slowly the patients started to come from there. I used to get DMs, I replied to them. I did a lot of online consultations, 20 to 30 online consultations. I mean, just socialize with people, meet people. Everybody wants a good doctor, everybody wants somebody to give them the right advice. So it's not very hard to find patients. We feel it's very difficult, before we start out, but actually it's not. Now when I look back, I feel that finding patient is not the hard part. Other parts of practice, like you often talk about in your podcast, the finance, the HR, the accounting, these things bother me more.
So how do you manage those things right now?
See, initially I was managing everything myself because I did not have that much capital. But slowly I'm, getting professionals on board. Now we have two accountants, CA, and then, HR also, a social media manager. There's somebody who's looking after my website completely. So that's the only solution. You have to have professionals to manage everything these days. But in the initial years, I was doing everything.
I think that's how everything starts.
Yes.
So if you have to, look back, can you just list down three mistakes you would have, you did back at that time, which you will never repeat if, you have to build up a new clinic again?
I wouldn't say mistakes, but maybe a few things I could have done differently. I did my fellowships internationally, which were very helpful, but I would like to, if given a chance, I would observe a few of the dermats, who I look up to, who I think that this kind of practice I want. I would go and observe them for maybe 6 months, 1 year, work under them, see how they talk to their patients, see how they manage their staff, how they run their clinic, because then I can learn a lot from them and just put the same thing into my clinic. So that would be one. Apart from that, I think if I would start again, I would put even more money into my practice. I would start with more confidence. I would invest in laser machines, which are, I would probably start with all laser machines in one go, because eventually I bought them over a course of time. If I had bought them in the first year itself, it would have been even better.
How important is the location of your clinic in the field of dermatology?
I think location plays a lot of role in dermatology. Like I am in Defense Colony, and that entire area, South X Defense Colony, it is a hub for people who are coming from Meerut, Moradabad, Yamunanagar, Uttarakhand, Haryana, everywhere. They come there for shopping, they come there for wedding shopping. So in dermatology, it becomes very important because then the easy accessibility is there. They know Dr. Ankur is just next door. So they'll just shop from Study by Janak and then, come to me for their skin treatment. So I think location is very important in dermatology.
Can I say this, that the second tier and third tier cities of India are now looking, investing a lot on their aesthetics and cosmetics?
Yes, I think dermatology is picking up in the second and the third year also, because there's so much information that is out there on the internet. Everybody wants to also make reels and videos. Everybody wants to look good, and there's a lot of buzz around for presenting themselves. And skin is of course an important part of it. Hair is a very important part of it, and it gives people confidence. So it's very important. And it's growing in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
But I'll ask you this question in a little bit different way. Now, when people from Meerut and Moradabad, they're coming to you, a daily ad basically. There are a lot of dermatologists present in the areas of Meerut and Moradabad. Those people are not going there. So does that mean that people, in the second and third tier city, they have this kind of mindset ki if they want to get something, done cosmetically, aesthetically, then we have to go to Delhi wala doctor. They won't go to a local doctor basically.
Well, yes. And I think most people that come to me, they come to me because they think they already know me. Right? They know me through my videos. They know me through the knowledge that I've shared. Somewhere, sometime in their life, that knowledge has helped them in, treating their problem, or it has helped them to improve their skin or hair. So they get that trust. So they feel that there are two doctors. This person I already know. I've been benefited. So even if my fees is a little high, the cost of the procedure is a little bit high, they will still choose the person that they already know. It's just like when you move on a road and you see some celebrity standing there. You feel like going and talking to them. You feel like you already know them because you've already seen them on the mobile so many times, right? So that initial, comfort is there with the patient. And patient come and they will also compliment you in the OPD that doctor, I love your video. I love the way you share the content. That increases your confidence and makes the environment of the OPD very calm and very friendly.
Basically, they see you as a brand now.
Probably,
They
yeah.
recognize you already. You are not
Maybe
a
a
new
brand, or
face.
I would like to see, like say like a friend.
Yeah.
So somewhere they know that they will get genuine advice and they will not be duped, because in dermatology there is lot of quackery. There is lot of people who are actually not dermatologists, but they write on their social media profile dermatologists, and of course there's no check for it. So people have very very bad experiences in dermatology, and that is why this branch specifically, we want to they want to look for somebody who is genuine. See, if you go to Max, if you go to big hospital like Apollo, they always check the credentials of the doctor, right? But for dermatology, people generally want to go to a clinic, right? So there the chances of them picking a wrong doctor who's actually not a dermatologist, it is quite high. Whereas if you just walk into Apollo, you know that you're going to a quality doctor, because they have done that homework for you, right? So in dermatology, it becomes even more important.
So there's also, I don't know if it's a myth or a fact, so I'm going to confirm that from you. So there's a big rumor that now jobs are saturated in the field of dermatology because a lot of people from other branches, BDS, BAMS, now they are being employed at a very low price. And dermatologists, as for a job, now they are being overlooked. Now, is that part true?
See, these things were always there. I know a lot of dermatologists who have employed homeopaths, BDS, and they're quite senior. So it's not something that is happening just now. I advise my juniors to just, ignore all these noises, get up in the morning, have the confidence, feel like you are the king. Don't think you are a rat in the rat race. Okay. Feel that you are a king and go with that confidence, and you do your thing. You don't see what the other person is doing. There's enough market there for everybody. And once you establish yourself, once people know that he's a genuine person, he will give you the right treatment, he will give you the right kind of advices, they will automatically find you and your practice will keep increasing.
So, what would your advice be to a young NEET PG pass out doctor, got a good rank, but is now confused whether he or she should take dermatology or not? What's your advice to them?
First is, you should have genuine interest in the subject. Okay, because what you're doing from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, everybody is doing. But what you do after that, are you coming home and you want to read about dermatology? Do you see dermatology videos? Do you have interest in skincare? If you have all these interests, then you take dermatology. Don't take it for the money or the glamour, okay, because that will burn out. And second, if you don't have interest, you might not even enjoy that money and glamour. So interest is the most important thing. And once you feel that the interest is there, then you can go for the branch. Otherwise, it's a very good brand because the lifestyle is good. There are a lot of things you can do. You can give time to your family. Like I said, there are multiple aspects to it. I don't think there's any other branch which has so many aspects. So that way, it is very good.
So, break this myth for me. People always think dermatology is a very high paying branch. That is why dermatology is considered one of the topmost branches to be chosen in postgraduate segment. Now, is that a myth or a fact?
See, all branches are well paid these days. I know a lot of ophthalmologists, I know orthopedics, they earn much more than dermatologists. Actually, you can open a hospital in those branches. Dermatologists typically don't open a hospital, it's a clinic. Your earning is only till the time the clinic is open, right? आपके हॉस्पिटल में तो रात में भी मरीज आके दवाई लेके जा रहा है, ठीक है? तो अगर आपको पैसा कमाना है तो डर्मेटोलॉजी आई थिंक इज नॉट द नंबर वन ब्रांच. But if you have interest in it, I think you will do a lot here also, and there is decent money in dermatology.
You have done an international fellowship. Now, this is for all the postgraduates in dermatology. Like which fellowships you can suggest to them that they should do, which have the highest potential in the upcoming future?
So fellowship, it's important that you do something in surgery because of the AI. Lot of diagnosis and lot of things will be done by the artificial intelligence. So you want to do something in which you are actually doing a procedure, doing a surgery, and most of the education is well taken care of in the post graduation, like the theoretical education. So learning practical aspects is very important. So I would say do a fellowship in cosmetic dermatology, which has fillers, Botox, newer treatments like PDR and exosomes, how to use those treatments, how to select the right kind of candidate. Then a hair transplant is something that you should learn. Try and learn other small surgeries like blepharoplasty, this fat grafting in acne. Combine all these things and just keep learning, keep adding to your skill. So skill is always useful.
How do you think AI will affect the field?
Well, AI is already affecting the field a lot, I think, because the diagnosis and all can be seen on the chat GPT. They can also check the treatment from there. I'm sure many people are already just putting it in the chat GPT and taking the treatment also from there. I will not come to know, I'm in my OPD, but I'm sure this is happening. But AI cannot, as of now, do procedures for you. As of now, that kind of robotics has not come. So we must keep on adapting to AI. Like right now, I think social media is a big thing. Next 5-6 years, I think the dermatologists or the doctors who adapt AI into their practice and use it to their advantage, that would be the next big thing.
So, which AI tools you would suggest for our doctors that they necessarily have to adopt?
There are many AI tools out there. I don't have time to use or explore all of them. Not the AI expert, but I use Chat GPT a lot. I have the highest subscription of the Chat GPT, which also has the ability to generate AI videos. So my editor uses it, I use it, my website team uses it, and we use AI a lot to generate content, put videos out there to explain stuff to the patients. So we are using AI for all this.
Boss, based on this field, there is one chance of entrepreneurship where I would say you can very well open up your clinic. Is there any other scope also?
You can open your clinic. You can start your YouTube channel. A lot of people want to learn about skincare, and people watch it, and you can have some income from the YouTube. You can start your own skincare line. You can be on advisory boards of lot of pharma and OTC brands. You can make your own skincare courses. You can organize conferences. Conferences are big in dermatology. You just come to a conference. It will be like it's like Ambani's
Yeah.
wedding, okay, with the top Bollywood stars attending it. So yeah, there are a lot of things to do.
So, what would you say? And this is the most, asked question in our podcast. What is the salary of a dermatologist immediately after SRship, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line?
Immediately after SRship, you can earn anywhere between 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. But I would say don't look at the salary at that point of time. Look at what you are learning. For doctors, it is always like that. First 3 or 4 years, you can't think much about money. After 2 to 3 years, depending on what kind of practice you're working at, try, if you're working for somebody, try and have some share of the profit in the clinic. Then you can make up to 2, 3, 4, 5 lakh also, or you can go up to 7 to 8 lakhs also. Hospitals typically don't pay much in dermatology because you can't make a lot of money in them. So maybe you'll get a few lakhs here and there from that. Main thing is, of course, your own practice. And in your own practice, there are a lot of facets to it. You can do consultations, procedures. If you're doing hair transplant, if you have your own pharmacy also, then sky is the limit. Maybe from one clinic you can earn anywhere between 1 to 3 CR, and after that you can open multiple clinics and have the same model there.
Boss, where do you see this field in the next 10 years?
I can't even see the next 10 years. I can only say the next 2 or 3 years. Dermatology is so fast evolving. There's so many new treatments just, coming in, some scientific, some not even scientific. But I think next 5 years are going to be pretty good for dermatology. People are getting more and more awareness thanks to the social media, and people want to look good. People have extra money to spend on themselves after COVID. That whole, you know, the mentality of people have changed. They have started to enjoy things, in trying. They have started to invest in themselves,
True.
right? So I think next 5 years look very good, and it's very hard to say in today's day of AI about next 10 years.
Do you think that dermatology has become more of a commercialized branch rather than a medical branch?
See, all branches have become commercialization. I don't see dermatology specifically. Dermatology does have an aesthetic part to it, which is totally commercialized. But at the end of the day, it depends on the doctor. You have to choose the right doctor for yourself if you're the patient. And if you're a doctor, then you have to do ethical treatments and treatments that have good amount of scientific evidence behind them. Then I think this problem can be sorted.
First, let's talk about your social media now. You are a social media, I think, giant right now in the field of medicine. Do you think that social media, you can, give a value of 100% to social media in building up your career or clinic?
Well, of course, not 100%. I, when the patient comes, you still have to treat them right. You still have to, win their confidence. What they see on the Instagram and YouTube, you have to replicate that. It also puts some pressure on you because initially my clinic was small and my social media practice was big. My machines were small, but my practice were big. But slowly, I've changed that. So the expectation is also very high from somebody who's popular on social media. So yes, so social media will bring the patient to your clinic, but after that, it is your skill and it is your communication. I think communication is very important. That builds your practice and builds the trust.
Let's talk about the skill for a second. What are the three skills that you would suggest to all the dermatologists out there that they have to build in their resume, in their personality to actually become a successful dermatologist?
To become a successful dermatologist, I think definitely first build good skill, like clinical skill. Okay, once that is done, you are confident about treatments, you know what to give to what patient, then it's sorted. Second is dress up well, have a good hairstyle, try and take care of your skin. If your own skin is not good, the patient is not going to take you seriously. Dress up well. These things are important. How is it in our government college? Our shirt is just hanging out. We go to the wards in slippers, right? So these things have to change. And third thing is invest and learn good speaking skills. That is very important because that is what drives the market. That is what impresses the patient. That is what impresses the audience when you're speaking in front of 50, 100 people. So oratory skills are very, very important.
Social media. What is your suggestion? Because I'll tell you a frank thing. People normally tend to take social media in two different aspects. You have taken an educational way, but many a times I have seen doctors, going towards reels and everything where they're, dancing on songs. They have hundreds of followers, hundreds and thousands of followers, but the direction is wrong and it does not reflect upon their career well-being. So what is your opinion, your advice to everyone, how to build up the right way, how to build up the social media in the right way?
See, for everybody, it is a bit different. What clicks for you might not click for me. Okay. So you do it your way. You want to dance and, educate people, you dance and educate people. You want to sing, you can sing. You want to sit very seriously with the mic, you can do that. And social media has space for everybody. Okay. So do what suits your profile and don't get distracted by, what this other person is doing, and don't try and, take inspiration from them, but don't copy them because it generally doesn't work. Build your own style.
So can you tell us your journey from day one, 0 followers to 1 lakh followers? Because I think that's the hardest time to build content, to wait for followers. आप इतनी मेहनत करते हो, दिन का एक फॉलोअर बढ़ता है, तो वो सबसे हार्ड टाइम होता है.
I started very small. I started with my own camera. I did not even have an editor, and it was COVID time. I wanted to start with some consultations, some online consultations, just in hope of that. I started to make videos, educational videos, and people started to connect with me. Then slowly it kept on growing. The practice also grew, so I had some amount that I could invest back. Then I hired an editor and everything. But let me tell you one thing, I was growing fastest when I was doing it all by myself. Second thing is the amount of followers. Don't be too stressed about it. See, if you're just posting about hair transplant, okay, maybe you have 50,000 followers after 5 years, but those 50,000 followers would be serious candidates for hair transplant. So that kind of following is useful for you. Maybe somebody has 1 million followers, but he's just posting about skincare. So people will not come to him for hair transplant. They will still go to the one who has 50,000 followers. So don't go into this follower game. Show what you want to do on the social media. You want to be a good filler injection, you show that. You want to be a good Botox injector, show that. You want to do good surgeries, show that. Hair transplant, show that. So whatever you want to do in real life, you just put that on the social media so that people who want that specific service, they will get attracted to you.
People normally tend to get very, depressed, I would say, because, they're creating content and after a couple of videos itself, they give up. कि ये तो कोई देख ही नहीं रहा, ये तो चल ही नहीं रहा. And we can very well see social media is a very necessary asset today. If you do not have it, you are absolutely missing on something. So what is your advice to people who are on the verge of giving up because content nahi chal raha?
See, you have to be disciplined. And what is discipline? It is doing the boring stuff again and again. Consistency you need. So you still have to show up. You still have to post the video. आपको डॉक्टर बनने में कितने साल लगे? आप एक दिन में डॉक्टर थोड़ा ना बने. आप 5, 10, 15 साल आपको लगे डॉक्टर बनने में. It's such a big journey. Did you get frustrated? No. So why do you get frustrated with this? Just show up every day, make video, but try and improve every day. Take inspiration from other people. See what kind of content is working, what kind of content is working for you, and build on that.
So आपकी strategy क्या थी? Before 1 lakh followers, after 1 lakh followers, आपकी strategy क्या थी? आपका mindset क्या था? क्या आपने techniques लगाई to basically grow your Instagram, especially Instagram?
तो सबसे पहले तो you can just observe in the clinic what kind of questions people are asking. Okay. And I used to go back home after the clinic and just open my laptop and the screen is in front of me. So many patients came. Okay, with this patient came for what problem? What did he ask me? Oh, he asked me this. Let's make content on that. Okay, next patient, what? So patients will give you content and you can put it in an interesting way, but try to put it in an interesting way. Gone are those days when you come and say, hello, my name is Dr. Ankur Sarin. आज मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ psoriasis के बारे में. No, don't start with this. This is a small tip. You can straight away start with that, these red itchy plaques, they are kind of bothering you. What is this? Just bring it out in an interesting way. Maybe dance and show psoriasis lesions and, educate the audience. So reach out. People enjoy it. People want to see, entertainment and science mixed together. Don't make science boring. Like this is what is happening in the schools also right now. We used to study CBSE. We used to be so bored. And now we see the books have really evolved and, they really engage the students. So we should also try and engage the audience in a non-boring way.
कभी आपको लगा गिव अप करने का कि बस हो गया यार, बहुत दिमाग खराब कर रहा है सोशल मीडिया?
Social media is a very challenging thing, okay, because you're never off it. मोबाइल आपके हाथ में हमेशा है. 9 to 5 आपने पेशेंट देख लिया, पेशेंट घर चला गया, यू आर फ्री. सोशल मीडिया में ऐसा नहीं है. इट इज़ लाइक यूर ऑन द वर्क 24 hours, क्योंकि हो सकता है आप 6-7 बजे भी आपको लगे यार कल मैं क्या बनाऊँ, कल मैं क्या डालूँगा, उसकी मैंने स्क्रिप्ट लिख दी है, अच्छा उसका कैप्शन भी लिखना है. सो इट इज़ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क. So sometimes it is overwhelming and sometimes it becomes point, it comes to a point where you feel like yeah, let's just not do it. But like I said, that discipline has to be there in life. Boring things, if you do repeatedly, you have, like, you go to the gym, you have to go every day. Sometimes you don't feel like, but if you do that, then you will see the results.
आपके हिसाब से आज के दिन में एक सक्सेसफुल डॉक्टर बनने के लिए सोशल मीडिया अगर ना हो आपके पास तो क्या आप एक सक्सेसफुल डॉक्टर बन सकते हो? जेन्युइन आंसर बिल्कुल.
बिल्कुल बन सकते हैं सक्सेसफुल डॉक्टर्स. बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिन्होंने मेरे साथ ही प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट किया था, एंड दे आर ऑल्सो सक्सेसफुल, एंड दे आर नॉट much on social media. But social media is a free platform, so somebody who doesn't want to spend on marketing, doesn't want to spend on PR, so they can do this and attract patients. To grow very big these days, some sort of marketing has to be there. अगर आप सोशल मीडिया नहीं कर रहे हैं तो आपको गूगल एड्स करने पड़ेंगे, नहीं कर रहे हैं तो मेटा एड्स करने पड़ेंगे, वो नहीं कर रहे तो आपको आई वर्कड अंडर अ डॉक्टर फॉर few weeks. He had a register where he had maintained, this saloon refers me this patient, these many patients, so this much cut, this lady refers me this patient, so this much cut. We don't have to do all this. इससे सिंपल क्या हो सकता है? आपको घर पे अपने एसी इन्वायरमेंट में बैठकर, किसी के पास जाना नहीं है काम मांगने की, एक पेशेंट रेफर कर दो आप. यू कैन जस्ट मेक वीडियो एट होम. इट्स इज मोस्ट सिंपलेस्ट थिंग.
आपकी मार्केटिंग आपके अपने हाथ में है.
मार्केटिंग आपके अपने हाथ में, बिल्कुल.
आपको किसी के आगे हाथ नहीं फैलाने. और एंड में जो दुनिया सोचती है ना कि मैं लाख रुपए सोशल मीडिया पे क्यों खर्चूं, वो एंड में 2 लाख रुपए बांट ही नहीं होती कमीशंस में.
मैंने आज तक 1 रुपी भी कमीशन में नहीं दिया है अपनी प्रैक्टिस में. और मैंने, आप चेक कर लो, आप सर्च कर लो, गूगल एड्स ही नहीं है मेरी मेटा एड्स ही नहीं चलती, मेरी PR एजेंसी भी नहीं है. आई एम नॉट प्राउड ऑफ दिस, बाय द वे.
You should be proud of this.
I might do it in future, है ना. But what I'm saying, because if you don't have the money to begin with, this is a easier way to do it. But once you get the money, because social media, you'll have to work on your own. You'll have to make the video. But if you have the money, then you can invest into the marketing, and that marketing will generate revenue or content for you.
या तो इवेंचुअली यही बात है, या तो कमीशन दे लो या थोड़ी सी मेहनत करके खुद का कंटेंट बना लो.
Exactly.
एक बार कंटेंट बन जाएगा गाइस, एक बार तुम जेन्युइनली में इन्फ्लुएंसर बन जाओगे तो किसी के भी आगे हाथ नहीं फैलाना पड़ेगा कि मुझे पेशेंट भेजो. सो आई थिंक दैट्स अ वेरी वैल्यूएबल एडवाइस.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about your clinic now because that is one of the most important parts. हर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट जो बाहर निकलता है वो ये सोचता है कि क्लिनिक खोलना है. ऑल राइट, किन्हीं के पास एडवाइस होती है अपने फादर की, ग्रैंडफादर की, बट बहुत लोगों के पास नहीं भी होती. ऑल राइट, एंड दैट्स द पॉइंट वेयर वी कम इन बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट टू टेल देम दैट एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल. बिकॉज बहुत बच्चे कहते हैं, मैदानता देखते हैं, वो सोचते हैं अपना सेटअप खोलना है तो 1000 करोड़ ही चाहिए, एंड दे टेक अ स्टेप बैक. आपने अपना क्लिनिक चलाया है. मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि जब आपने पहले दिन क्लिनिक खोला था, ऑलराइट, यू हैड अ सोशल मीडिया बैकग्राउंड, दैट्स अ रियली ग्रेट थिंग, बट लेट्स सपोज वो नहीं होता तो आप क्या स्टेप्स लेते पेशेंट फुटफॉल बढ़ाने के लिए?
अगर मेरा सोशल मीडिया नहीं होता है, ये बहुत हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन हो गया मेरे जैसे बंदे के लिए जो बहुत ज़्यादा पोस्ट करता है सोशल मीडिया में. मैंने लेकिन एक जस्ट डायल का प्लान लिया था स्टार्टिंग में. वहाँ से मेरे को कुछ पेशेंट्स आए थे. देखो, एक क्लिनिक को सेटअप करने के लिए यू हैव टू लुक इनटू ऑल द एस्पेक्ट्स. आपको खुद अच्छा होना है, आपको इंटीरियर्स अच्छे करने हैं, आपको स्टाफ अच्छा रखना है, स्टाफ की ट्रेनिंग में आपको टाइम इन्वेस्ट करना है. जब आप सब कुछ थोड़ा थोड़ा करते हो तो वो आपस में जॉइन होके टर्न्स आउट टू बी समथिंग बिग. और डेफिनेटली आई थिंक सम सॉर्ट ऑफ मार्केटिंग इज नीडेड दीज डेज. And I would suggest that if you are not somebody who is on social media and doesn't like to post videos or doesn't want to be the front, then you can consider Google ads, FB ads. ये सब करना पड़ता है क्योंकि आपके जो competitors हैं वो कर रहे हैं. So you have to somehow reach to the public, तभी तो public आपके पास आएगी. You can also go and give talks in your society. That is the more traditional way of doing it. Also, if some doctors are not very comfortable in making fun videos, then YouTube is a very good platform for them, because YouTube is all about serious content. So you talk in detail in YouTube, and there will be listeners who are, interested in that content, and they will come and they'll show to you.
अगर एक आज नए पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट को अपना क्लिनिक सेटअप करना है डर्मेट का, तो आपके हिसाब से उनको कितनी जगह चाहिए एक तो, और कितना कैपिटल चाहिए टू मेक द इंटीरियर्स, एस्थेटिक्स, और मिनिमम कितनी मशीन्स चाहिए होती है कि ये तो मस्ट है, इसके ऊपर लग्जरी है?
See, minimum you need one room where you'll see patient and you will have a bed to, examine the patient. But I think there can be two right ways of doing it. So if your family is not very well to do, you can start small. Okay, you try and impress the patients with your skill and try and get a referral from one patient to another. Don't invest too much. Invest in basic things like a good cautery machine, chemical peels, mole removal. Do things like these. But if your family is well to do, then you straight away go for a big setup. Have confidence in you. Learn well from somebody. Come and open with a big setup. I would do that for my next generation. I would not want them to start from scratch, right? Because then it is just the things move much more faster. So both ways are correct. But the most important thing is that it's the man behind the machine, man behind the clinic, man that's sitting on the consultation seat, right? That has to be good.
तो आपके हिसाब से एक क्लिनिक, एक फ्रेश क्लिनिक कितने टाइम में प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में आ जाती है?
जैसे हम तो फर्स्ट डे से ही प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में थे, ज़्यादा पैसा हमने लगाया ही नहीं, तो हम फर्स्ट डे से प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में थे. और आई थिंक मोस्ट क्लिनिक्स फर्स्ट डे से आ जाते हैं. अगर आपके अगर आपने ज़्यादा मार्केटिंग वगैरह पे खर्चा नहीं किया है तो यू कैन ड्रॉ प्रॉफिट्स फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे. जो बहुत बड़ी चेंज हो जाती है उनका मार्केटिंग का खर्चा ज़्यादा होता है, तो फिर ऑफकोर्स उनको टाइम लगता है. आई थिंक उनको 2 साल तक 3 साल तक लग सकते हैं.
नॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स के पास ना हमेशा कुछ भी, जो नए डॉक्टर्स होते हैं उनको हेसिटेशन होती है कि यार अकेले क्या हम शुरू कर पाएंगे. तो स्टार्टिंग इन अ पार्टनरशिप, कि जहाँ पे 2 स्पेशलिस्ट मिलकर एक मल्टी स्पेशलिटी क्लिनिक चालू करें, क्या वो एक अच्छा आइडिया होता?
बहुत अच्छा आइडिया, क्योंकि every branch has become so big, so vast, that if you have a partner, it is always helpful. Even if your husband and wife are dermatologists, that is very good option. If you are a dermatologist and your wife or husband is not a doctor, that is also a very good option, because they can look after the floor and look after all the other aspects, purchase, accounting and everything. So this combination is also very good.
सो आपकी फर्स्ट ईयर प्रैक्टिस के अंदर व्हाट इफ यू कैन रिकॉल, व्हाट वाज द बेस्ट थिंग दैट यू डिड, जो बाकी सारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स से या कभी मार्केट में ऐसा हुआ रहा हो, आपको लगा कि नहीं यार ये मैंने कुछ यूनिक किया है?
देखो, मैं बहुत लकी रहा, क्योंकि जब मैं प्रैक्टिस में आया तब सोशल मीडिया जस्ट स्टार्ट ही हुआ था. अब वो भी सैचुरेट हो रहा है. तो मैंने जो भी किया वो एक तरीके से डर्मैट्स ने किया नहीं था पहले, और एटलीस्ट मैं उन कुछ डर्मैट्स में था जिन्होंने इस फील्ड में सबसे पहले स्टेप रखा. तो मेरे पास एक फर्स्ट मूवर्स एडवांटेज डेफिनेटली था. आज की डेट में अगर आप बताओ कि वीडियो डालोगे कि रेटिनॉल से रिंकल्स कम हो जाते हैं, किसी को नहीं सुनना, ये सबको ऑलरेडी पता चल चुका है. राइट. सो आई थिंक मेरे लिए वो एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज था. और मेरे को लगता है दूसरा सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज जो मेरा था, मेरी वाइफ डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट है. So we had a lot of common things, common goals, and we both are very active on social media. If we want to buy a 80 lakh machine, वो 40 lakh हो जाता है. दोनों के बीच में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाता है. So I think these are my strong points.
If a new doctor is opening up a practice, so what are the treatments that you can recommend to him or her, कि these are the most in demand treatment right now, high margin वाले?
So अगर आप नया प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, so you must start with basic things that you learned and you practiced well in your PG. That is chemical peels, wart removal, mole removal, good diagnosis, treating the tough cases that other people who are not dermatologists cannot treat. They can buy an expensive laser, but they cannot sometimes make a diagnosis of a autoimmune condition. So that increases the respect of the doctor in the society. It's not all about money all the time, right? अगर आपने किसी का एक्ने अच्छे से ठीक किया, आपने किसी का हेयर अच्छे से ठीक किया, हेयर फॉल्स ठीक किया है. सो जब उसको लेज़र हेयर रिडक्शन कराने आना होगा, वो आप ही के पास आएगा. ही विल कम विद अ कॉन्फिडेंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ़ यू कम टू माई प्रैक्टिस, लेज़र हेयर रिडक्शन इज़ प्रॉब्ली मच higher charge compared to other chain clinics. But my patients will still come to me. They will not go for a few $1,000 to some other person because they have the confidence. So I think डॉक्टर के लिए तो सबसे important चीज़ होता है लोगों का confidence जीतना.
वेरी ट्रू. एक बार जब तक वर्ड ऑफ माउथ नहीं फैलेगा तब तक कभी पेशेंट आप पे भरोसा नहीं कर पाएगा. वी जस्ट सिंपली टॉक अबाउट द बिजनेस मॉडल्स है. तो आपके पास भी इस वक्त मल्टीपल सोर्सेज है राइट नाउ. अगर एक अगेन एक एस्टैब्लिश क्लिनिक हो जाए, 3-4 साल हो चुके हैं, तो सबसे ज्यादा इनकम स्ट्रीम कहाँ से आती है? इज इट procedures, it is products, or is it consultations?
See, I can tell you for me. For me, consultation and procedures are the main source of income. Pharmacy, I have kind of outsourced because there's a lot to look into, the stocks, the purchase, and a lot of things. And also, I mostly prescribe international products. So international products में margin थोड़ा कम होता है इंडियन प्रोडक्ट्स के हिसाब से. दैट इज हाउ माई प्रैक्टिस इज मेड. तो मैं वही लिखता हूँ जो मैं खुद यूज़ करता हूँ. तो मेरा जो मेन इनकम सोर्स है दैट इज फ्रॉम द कंसल्टेशन एंड द प्रोसीजर्स.
So why not Indian products?
Quality is a lot of difference. Lot of the products that you still get in India, we are just actually mixing them. We're not innovating. बहुत ज़्यादा innovation नहीं हो रहा है इंडिया में. आप देखो पेटेंट्स कितने कम है इसमें स्किन केयर में इंडियन कंपनीज के पास है ही नहीं. So the quality is better, and also I am practicing in an area which is a bit premium, and I also get patients referred who come to me from different dermatologists, different non-dermatologists bhi ho sakte hain. If they're not getting result there, they'll say that let's try Dr. Ankur. So they will come to me. So mostly the patients that are coming to me are coming with the resistant conditions. So I have more confidence in things that are made internationally, some brands, because they are the inventors.
बहुत बार डर्माटोलॉजिस्ट बह जाते हैं because people come to them, MR वगैरह आते हैं, they give them high incentives, very huge margins, commissions. So do you think that even the Indian practices are of these MRs are bad because they eventually convert a good ethical doctor into giving those Indian products because of high commission, high incentives? क्या ये सब बंद होना चाहिए या it is just an industry practice?
सी एज अ डॉक्टर आपको ये देखना है कि प्रोडक्ट में क्वालिटी कैसी है. क्या उस प्रोडक्ट से आपके पेशेंट्स को रिजल्ट आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है. अगर पेशेंट्स को रिजल्ट आ रहा है तो वो आप डेफिनेटली आप अपने क्लिनिक में रखो. और अगर आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं यार ये रिजल्ट लाइक प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, सो दैट प्रोडक्ट यू हैव टू चेक आउट ऑफ योर फार्मेसी. सो इट डजेंट मैटर कि MR आ रहा है, कितने MR आ रहे हैं, वो कौन सा गिफ्ट दे रहा है. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट द पेशेंट शुड बी बेनिफिटेड, and that will grow your practice.
So बॉस आपको लगता है कि एक डर्माटोलॉजिस्ट they can crack 1 crore a month growth path?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of clinics these days are doing 1 crore. Hair transplant clinics even do more than that. I know a hair transplant surgeon in Delhi who's charging 15 lakh rupees for a hair transplant. So 1 crore is nothing for them.
What about a hospital salary compared to your own clinical practice? कितना डिफरेंस रहता है?
हॉस्पिटल सैलरी डर्माटोलॉजी में काफ़ी कम है क्योंकि आपके एडमिशन्स नहीं होते. बहुत सारी चीज़ें आप कर नहीं सकते. डर्माटोलॉजी में ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टिगेशंस नहीं होती. सो आई थिंक द हॉस्पिटल सैलरी विल रेंज एनीवेयर बिटवीन 1 to 3 lakhs. And whereas in the clinic, it depends what kind of setup you have, what kind of practice you have. You have pharmacy, you have surgery, everything. You have more dermatologists working under you. So the income can go up many folds.
So if I ask you again a personal question, आप अपने personal profits का invest करते हैं? Is it real estate? Is it stocks? Or what?
So my wife is a big, believer of real estate, and I am a big believer of the stock market. So she always pushes me towards real estate, and I always tell her कि नहीं ये liquidity इसमें नहीं है, so we'll go to stock market. So we are 50-50.
तो सबसे better दोनों में से क्या better लगता है आपको? Like क्या better रहा है आपके लिए based on past experience?
I think last 5 years में stock markets have given unrealistic returns, so that has been very good. But at the same time, real estate has also grown. So right now, you just invest in anything. It has grown in the last 5 years. But we'll see, after 15 years, 20 years, who was right.
क्या फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे आप हमारे ऑडियंस को? हाउ के दे कैन डेवलप देयर स्किल अबाउट फाइनेंसेस, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स एटसेट्रा?
See, I would say learn the basics, and this should be taught in the school itself. So learn the basics well, and so that nobody can make a fool out of you. But after a while, it's better to give it to a professional, because you're a doctor. Doctor itself is a full-time profession. So I don't think at least have the time to manage my investments. So I hand it over to my professional.
So you are married to a fellow doctor again. You're running a business together. You're running a clinic together. You're staying together. How? I mean, what are the advantages of being married to a fellow doctor? Yeah, बहुत challenging होता है.
No, actually, for us, it has worked out really well. Like I said, the effort is the same and the outcome doubles, right? You have same machines, you have same clinic, you have same pharmacy, you have sometimes if you're not feeling well, your wife can take care of the patients. So I think it is a complete win-win if both are in the same profession. Sometimes if the wife and husband are in different branches, then I have seen like one of them takes a back seat and the other one does the most of the work. तो वो बैलेंस रहता है यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा.
जो पार्टनरशिप्स होती है, देर ऑल्सो लाइक मैरिज. सो व्हाट वुड बी योर सजेशन कि कभी किसी ने नया मेडिकल वेंचर खोलना हो, तो अपना जो को पार्टनर है, जो इस मैरिज में बनने वाले हैं, उसमें आपको क्या क्वालिटीज देखनी चाहिए? हाउ टू चूज द बेस्ट को पार्टनर?
So whatever qualities you don't have, you can find it in the other person. Like if you're good at medicine, you do that. Let your partner be good at managing things, business operations. I've seen a lot of dermatologists, they work and their wives manage the floor for them. Because patient experience is big thing. Patient experience बहुत top notch होना चाहिए. खासकर इतने सारे ये जो इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड्स आ गए, वेयर दे विन कंपेयर टू अ सिंगल डर्मेटोलॉजी क्लिनिक इज द पेशेंट एक्सपीरियंस, द फॉलो अप. कि आपने पेशेंट को दवाई तो लिखी, वो आप ख़त्म हो गई, तो फिर किसी ने कॉल किया पूछने के लिए कि आप कैसे हो, आपको दवाई और चाहिए. तो ये सब चीज़ें करना आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. ऑल्सो इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट पेशेंट्स आर लुकिंग फॉर कन्वीनियंस. सो आपको ये सारे सिस्टम सेटअप करने चाहिए दैट everything is happening electronically. Even if patient wants some specific small thing, also it is getting delivered at their doorstep. These things will really make your income go up and the confidence of the person so your clinic will be just like a corporate, and we should move towards that.
The patient expecting a 5-star service basically.
हाँ बिल्कुल, 5-star सर्विस आपको देनी चाहिए और यू मस्ट स्ट्राइव. अच्छा डायग्नोसिस, अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट भी करना है, एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट you must also try that you give a 5-star service to the patient.
मैं एक और चीज़ पूछूंगा आपसे, which is again very important. The consultation fees. एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम देखी है मैंने. यंग डॉक्टर्स क्या करते हैं, वो आते हैं, वो लोकेशन में जाते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल दे गो टू डेफकॉन. On the day one, they will compare their fees with your fees. And they will try to keep, let's suppose, 1,000 rupees directly. Day one itself. कि यार यहाँ पर तो सभी ऐसे करते हैं, तो हमें भी ऐसा करना है. तो मैं यही चीज़ आपसे पूछूंगा, डे जीरो में आपकी फीस क्या थी और उसकी क्या ट्रेजेक्टरी रखी फिर आपने?
डे जीरो में माई फीस was 500 rupees, but I think that was not the correct fees. See, you must value your own work. Okay, you must keep the fees where you feel comfortable, where you feel like अगर पेशेंट ने मुझसे 15 मिनट भी ले लिए, so you're not like कि यार अरे बहुत टाइम लग रहा है. You should be satisfied. आपको जो भी पैसे मिले आप उसको 15 मिनट भी काउंसिल करेंगे तो you are feeling okay. Also fees should be this much that you should not look into other things like मैं इसको एक फालतू का डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट लिख दूँ, मैं उसको 2 मेडिकेशन एक्स्ट्रा लिख दूँ टू मेक एक्स्ट्रा मनी. वो सब नहीं करना है. यू फील योर कंसल्टेशन इज वर्थ 3,000 rupees, you keep 3,000 rupees. Slowly people will realize it that you have that value of 3,000 rupees and they will come to you. ऐसे तो there is Tata and MG giving consultation for 99 rupees, free भी है कुछ है ना. they just make money from the drug delivery, right? So we don't have to do that. Patient is coming to us है ना, we have to provide them gourmet services. हमें उनको प्रॉपर टाइम देना है और उतनी फीस चार्ज करनी है जो हमें लगता है सही है हमारे लिए.
बट प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आती है कि दैट सी नॉट एवरीबडी हैज अ सोशल मीडिया. डे वन में फुटफॉल तो होगा नहीं. तो द मोमेंट यू पुट अप अ फीस ऑफ लेट्स सपोज 3,000 rupees, द नंबर ऑफ पीपल अगेन कमिंग टू योर क्लिनिक विल ड्रास्टिकली रिड्यूस. क्योंकि 3,000 वो डॉक्टर अंकुर को देंगे, एक नए बंदे को देंगे. ऑफकोर्स डॉक्टर अंकुर को देंगे, उनका सोशल मीडिया है, उनको ऑलरेडी नाम है. तो एक नए क्लिनिशियन को उस टाइम पे क्या फीस रखनी चाहिए जिससे पहले कम से कम फुटफॉल आए, जब सोशल मीडिया भी नहीं है बट एक फुटफॉल तो आना शुरू हो, वो कहते हैं ना चक्की घूमनी शुरू होगी तभी तो आगे चलेंगे.
Maybe you can start with maybe 700, 800, but I don't think so 300, 400 is taken seriously. Patient भी आपको seriously नहीं लेगा कि maybe बहुत ही low level का doctor है.
अच्छा.
So you must strive to provide quality. This is my belief. I am not the one for quantity. I am the one for quality. So I just want to see 20 patients max. When I say more than that, I can't speak in the night because I have to speak so much in counseling and everything. So it depends what kind of practice you have. Maybe somebody else has a different opinion on this. किसी को लगता होगा नहीं फीस कम रखो, दर दर 100-200 पेशेंट देख लो. बट मेरा वैसा नहीं है. आई बिलीव इन क्वालिटी. When I also go to my doctor, I want them to spend time with me. Also, the chances of, going something wrong reduce when you are calm and when you have time with the patient. आप सब प्रोसीजर के अच्छे से काउंसलिंग करेंगे, आप प्रोसीजर के साइड इफेक्ट उसको अच्छे से बताएंगे, क्योंकि और डाउन साइड अच्छे से बताएंगे, ताकि जब पेशेंट को अगर उसमें से कुछ हुआ, सो ही हैज़ द बैक ऑफ माइंड, मे बी दैट्स अ साइड इफेक्ट, डॉक्टर हैड वार्नड मी अबाउट दिस. आपने फिर वो कंज्यूमर कोर्ट में जाना और वो सब भी चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं. सो यू मस्ट गिव टाइम टू द पेशेंट.
आपके वाले आई मीन फील्ड के अंदर तो माल प्रैक्टिस होने के भी बहुत ज़्यादा चांसेस है. पेशेंट बहुत तरीके से कंप्लेन कर सकता है. हाउ शुड द डॉक्टर प्रोटेक्ट देमसेल्व्स अगेंस्ट दीस काइंड ऑफ क्लेम्स?
First of all, like I said, tell everything to the patient. Encourage them to go. Yes, आप जाके घर जाके गूगल करिए, आप जाके पढ़िए, चैट जीपीटी में डाल के देखिए, जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वही, एंड गिव देम द राइट नॉलेज, सो दैट जब वो घर जाके पढ़े, सो दे विल हैव द राइट input. So they will know that your doctor said this, so this doctor is genuine. Then you are telling beforehand all the adverse effects also. So the chances of patient having a problem go down. And even if the problem happens, you call the patient, face them, talk to them, don't run away from it. कह रही है मुझे क्यों कॉल कर रहा है बार बार. नहीं, आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा पेशेंट को, आपको पेशेंट से बात करनी पड़ेगी, आप उससे बच नहीं सकते हो. आपका साइड इफेक्ट हुआ है ना, सो यू कॉल द पेशेंट, यू गिव हिम फ्री लेजर सेशंस, यू गिव हिम सम केमिकल पील्स. आपका प्रोडक्ट वर्क नहीं किया है. अब कल मेरे पास एक पेशेंट है, सर यू रोट अ 16,000 रुपीज़ प्रोडक्ट, ओके, इट्स द बेस्ट इन क्लास हाइड्रोक्विनोन, आई wrote to her. She told, sir, it did not work for me. So I said, don't worry, ma'am, we'll do this for you. Okay, you must communicate and try to solve the situation rather than running away from it. Then the problem of this, suing and consumer court, all this comes.
That's a very genuine advice that I have given. Boss, आपके हिसाब से top 5 cities you would say which has a booming dermatology crowd right now?
So I think Delhi and Mumbai are of course number one, very closely followed by Hyderabad and Bangalore. I think the per capita income in Hyderabad and Bangalore must be more, but just because of the size of Delhi में NCR पूरा आ जाता है आपका, so it is still the number one.
And I'll ask you, this is a non-dermat question basically. You have seen the medical field in and out. You have your friends also. So which are the top 5 specialties do you think will have the best potential in the upcoming 10 years? It can be any field, any subspecialty, any super specialty.
I think plastic surgery is doing very well, and it is going to come up in a big way. It is something that will not be affected by AI in the near future at least. Dermatology, but move more towards the procedural side. Refine your procedural skills. Ophthalmology, psychiatry, big way. It will come. It is going to blow up, I think.
Very true.
And content creation for doctors. लोगों इंडिया में आपको पता है कि tier 3, tier 4 में अभी भी सही एडवाइस नहीं मिल पा रही लोगों को. People are misguided. So lot of simple things, आप प्रॉब्लम्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, मेंस्ट्रुएशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं. इस टाइप की एजुकेशन भी इंडिया में इतने लोग दे नहीं रहे हैं, और ये कंटेंट क्रिएशन इज ऑल्सो वेरी बिग फॉर डॉक्टर्स.
So thank you so much, Dr. Ankur. With this, we come to an end, but it isn't the end. We still have some chatpate rapid fire questions for you.
Right.
It's a very simple rapid fire, only 2 rules. You have to be super spontaneous and super truthful. All right, so I'll start with the question number 1. Who is your biggest enemy? ChatGPT or Google?
ChatGPT is my biggest friend, followed by Google. And I always tell my patients that go read on ChatGPT and Google.
So do you think that self medication, because everybody uses chat GPT, वो 50 चीजें करके आते होंगे, तो आपके काम में दिक्कत नहीं आती कभी आपको?
जिसको सेल्फ मेडिकेशन करना है वो करेगा, उसमें मैं उसको क्या एडवाइस दूँ कि रोक लूँगा? उसको नहीं जाना डॉक्टर्स के पास, तो नहीं जाना, वो मेरा पेशेंट ही नहीं है।
हाँ, मतलब खुद करना है जो कर ले।
हाँ, मतलब गलत है वो, ऑफ कोर्स वो गलत है। अगर आप कोई प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पहले तो उन्हें मिलनी नहीं चाहिए मेडिकल शॉप से, दैट इज रॉन्ग इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस, दैट इज वेयर वी शुड चेक। वी शुड नॉट चेक कि चैट जीपीटी पे क्या आ रहा है। अगर चैट जीपीटी बता रहा है कि सोराइसिस के लिए मिथोट्रेक्सेट खा सकते हैं, सो दैट इन्फॉर्मेशन इज ओके। And but if you go to the medical shop and they are giving you methotrexate without the prescription, that needs to be checked, not chat gpt.
What about these homemade remedies?
See, homemade remedies are unscientific, right? So I don't believe in them. But if somebody is getting benefit out of something, or at least उसको लग रहा है कि they're getting benefit, तो you can do it. I'll just advise them कि lemon मत लगाना, वो हार्म कर सकता है। जिंजर की पेस्ट लगा के फेस पे मत लगाना, वो हार्म कर सकता है। अंडे मत लगाना स्कैल्प में। बट अगर कोई चीज़ उसको हार्म नहीं कर रही है, अगर कोई बेसन का एक मास्क लगाना चाहता है हफ्ते में एक बारी, तो ठीक है, ही इज एंजॉइंग इट।
Beer in shampoo,
हाँ,
does it work?
नो, देयर इज नो साइंटिफिक एविडेंस टू दैट।
ये रूमर्स कौन बनाता है कि बाल बियर से धो अच्छे हो जाएंगे?
सी, ये इंडस्ट्री बहुत बड़ी है, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू ब्रिंग इन न्यू थिंग्स। आप कब तक सेम चीज़ बेचोगे? सो यू नीड टू हैव न्यू थिंग्स टू प्ले विद, न्यू थिंग्स टू मेक कॉन्टेंट ऑन। तो ये चीज़ें आती रहती हैं।
One ambition you have outgrown.
मूविंग अब्रॉड।
इंडिया अच्छा लग रहा है?
नहीं, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, बट इट्स जस्ट आई हैव let it go because I think it's not on the cards for me. Because of our profession, it has a lot of restrictions. We can't just move to. My dad was in the army, so I stayed in so many different cities, and I like moving. I'm bored of Delhi right now.
अगर अभी मूव करना चाहो तो कहाँ जाओगे?
मैं आपको फ्रैंकली बताऊं, मैं जहाँ पे भी गया हूँ सब जगह मुझे दिल्ली से क्लीन ही लगता है।
वो तो है।
है ना? तो मुझे चाहिए clean air. I want big gardens. I want fresh air. I'm an outdoor guy, right? Do outdoor sports. So वो सब है नहीं यहाँ।
यहाँ कहीं
लिमिटेड
नहीं
है बहुत। हाँ,
यहाँ कहीं नहीं, यहाँ आई थिंक आई डोंट थिंक से मिलेगा
हाँ,
भी।
right. I was in Munich. I was doing my allergy fellowship there. I just took a train to Alps. Went for hiking on Saturday, Sunday करके आ गए। Sunday, Monday से फिर काम start कर दिया। Those kind of things you cannot do here.
One non-negotiable habit that fuels your ambitions.
Discipline and consistency. Doing the boring thing again and again and again and again.
What's your own skincare routine?
I am not too much into skincare. I do apply a sunscreen and a combination of a retinol and skin lightening agent in the night. But mostly I am very busy, so I usually do procedures. On my birthday, I even put it on the Instagram. I did Profilo for myself, which is a skin booster that hydrates your skin. वो साल में एक ही बार कराना पड़ता है, तो वो मैंने करवा लिया है। अब मैं अगले साल उसको दोबारा करूँगा। ऐसे मैं कुछ चीज़ें I keep trying on myself.
And what's your fitness regime?
I go to the gym almost every day, and I try and keep it a mix. I do strength workout. I've started just doing some stretching workouts also, balance workouts also. हम लोग सब strength के पीछे भागते रहते हैं, but I think these are also very important.
So there comes a day when Dr. Ankur Sarin gets 100 crore rupees debited to your account. What are you going to do that day?
Credited or debited?
Credited, sorry.
I will buy a swanky home somewhere where I have clean water, clean air, and probably move there and do my online consultations. I'm very happy with them, and do my content making, keep educating people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ankur. It has been a very wonderful discussion.
Thank you so much.
Very insightful. You have dissected the whole dermatology for us.
Thank you so much. I hope it was helpful.
It was amazing, very helpful, and on behalf of all the audience, thank you so much for being part of Dr. Nachiket Bhatia Show.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, guys. I believe it was a very fun conversation today. Dermatology dissected to the last minute cell. We know everything. We know it from a superb content creator, a renowned dermatologist, and again, an amazing person. Before moving on, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Who do you want as the next guest? Write down in the comment section, and I'm sure I'll give my 100% to bring that esteemed guest to our show. And all the best for the NEET PG counseling. You are going to get your dream seat. You have worked really, really hard for that. Thank you so much, and God bless you.